Hey, it's Alan and Teresa here. I just thought we'd drop in and do another update and just talk about how things are going. Last week we talked about some of the challenges we've had, and this week I'd like to talk about some of the blessings that we've had, some of the good things, I guess, what we're experiencing. And I guess for me, I've just enjoyed the different change of pace. God's blessed us in many ways. This lifestyle is very different than what we had before. Where
you get friendly with the fly.
Yeah, that's. I think he's getting friendly with me.
Okay.
So before, we spent all day practically sitting at our laptops at our desks. We didn't interact with each other a whole lot, so that was our business. But in the way things are going now with our traveling, we kind of have to spend more time talking to each other.
Who else are you going to talk to?
And that's been quite a blessing. It's partly out of choice. A lot of it is out of choice, but also because we have limited power. The way that we have things set up, we operate on battery power on our laptops most of the day, and so you only have 2 to 4 hours of battery life on your laptop, depending on how intense you're driving it. If you got a lot of tabs open and whatnot, you might have less time, but 2 to 4 hours of battery time, and then I have to plug it in, and so during those times we find other ways to occupy our time. So we may play cards together, or sit and talk. If we're around other people, we may have engagements with others. But that's been a huge blessing to me, more personal interaction with my wife and with others. Just earlier today, it was a cute thing. This little girl, probably 3, maybe 4 years old at the most, was playing on. We're at a park here, public park here in Burlington, Vermont. And
Burlington, North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina, not Vermont. I don't know where that came from.
We don't ever know where we are anymore.
Been in Vermont.
It's
Never
all
been
good.
to Vermont. We're in Burlington, North Carolina, at a public park here, and this little girl was playing on the playground equipment, and I'm walking by, and she's there with her dad, and she says, "Hey, what's your name?" So I tell her my name, and she says, "Would you like to play with me?" She was the cutest thing, and I hated to tell her no.
But you had work to do.
I just said, "Yeah, sweetie, I'm sorry, but I do have work to do." And her father was there, and he giggled, and we had a nice chuckle and waved at each other. That is a moment that cannot happen
If you're stuck in your office in front of a computer.
In front of a computer. And those moments are beautiful moments, beautiful life moments that you just don't get in a normal lifestyle. And I find that those happen pretty much on a regular basis, wherever we are. It's not always a little girl, it might be an older person, but we can have an interaction with somebody that is unexpected, spontaneous, and can be quite a blessing.
Yeah, getting out of your isolated routine.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Yeah. We could have just as easily, when we had a brick and mortar house, gone to the park and worked for the day. But we were never going to do it.
We never did it. Never talked about that, actually. There were times when we took the kids or the grandkids to the park during the day and let them run off some energy and steam, but that was a break from work for us. It was not integrated into the work flow, and it wasn't a regular everyday thing, whereas now it's an everyday thing.
That fly was not
really
here
liked
until
my nose.
He wasn't here until we started recording this video.
Right. He wanted to be in the picture. So, yeah, this lifestyle it really has changed the way we work, not just the way we live. Obviously, it's done that, but it also changes the way we work, and it's really integrated work with life, which is how it should have been, really, right from the beginning, right from the start. But somehow, we tend to compartmentalize things. Living on the road sort of forces us to integrate work and life in every kind of way.
Right. We're working to live now. Work is not our life.
Yeah, working to live, not living to work.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what it is taking the time. Yes, you have to work, because even living on the road, we still have to pay bills, and
Still got income. You'll need income.
the van still wants gas.
Yeah.
I
Our
mean,
bills are different. I don't have an electric bill, but we do have to pay gas. We do have to eat. So we got to buy food, and things pop up where you need things.
Right. So we still have to work, but work doesn't have to be your whole life.
Right.
We actually work more in this lifestyle because we have this YouTube channel. So we actually work more.
We're doing more of different kinds of work.
But
yeah.
But it does not seem to be taking over our lives.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and we've been blessed in other ways. Like the weather. Just since we've been here in Burlington.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's
it is
gorgeous.
not 10,000 degrees.
And South Carolina and Georgia, it was very humid, and Florida it was very, very humid. But we started noticing the difference when we started driving north from our last stopping point, which was in northern South Carolina. When we started driving north, we started feeling the difference in humidity.
But we were also going higher in elevation.
Right. So we were going higher in elevation. We're in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains here. So so we noticed that right away, that there was a difference in humidity, and that has made all the difference, really.
The temperatures are just as high as they were in South Carolina, Georgia, and even Florida. The high temperature is in the 90s.
Yeah, well,
but
upper 80s at least. Yeah, close
but
to 90, very close.
that humidity is low, so it doesn't feel as bad.
So that makes a huge difference. And when we were at our last campsite at the organic farm, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, it was melting.
It rained every day on us there. For the whole time that we were there.
Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
So the funny thing this is a funny thing that happened. We left. It rained on us every day, and then when we left
there on
Friday, and we were driving through Savannah.
Just coming into Savannah,
Georgia, and it was around 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
And we're on the highway.
We're on the highway. We're on the interstate, and we're coming into Savannah. And I look at Teresa and I said, it hasn't rained on us all day. And no sooner did I say those words, boom, the floodgates opened, and rained buckets, and with
big buckets.
like that. And
it rained hard enough that he had to get off the highway.
It rained hard.
And
we pulled off the highway and stopped and had dinner.
Till it quit raining.
But we weren't expecting it. I didn't see any clouds. It was nice and sunny. And all of a sudden, boom. But it's been nice up here in North Carolina. We drove into Greensboro, and we looked for a place to stay in Greensboro. couldn't find anything there, so we drove to Burlington and stayed at a Walmart there. But here's the thing: Greensboro is a nice town. Nice town. We drove through it, really, practically right through the center of it.
Hey, stop. We're not recording no more.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we are. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
False alarm. So we practically drove right through Greensboro,
Right.
and it's a nice, pretty town. Then we stopped at a park. It was
Keeley Park.
Keeley Park, Keeley.
That's a pretty park. It's in Greensboro.
That has got to be the best public park I have ever seen.
It got a splash pad.
And, it was incredible. We got there and we parked, and first thing I like to do is when I go to some place new is scope it out.
He gonna
see
go
what
for a
it's all
walk.
about. I go for a walk, see what everything's all about. This is a huge, huge park. So first they've got a community garden. Anyone can rent a plot in this community garden for $35 a year, and it's a huge plot. It's probably
I
maybe
think like 6 by 8.
Oh, it's bigger than that.
Nah, I looked over the fence. It's
Did
about
you?
6 by 8.
Well, the woman I talked to made it seem like it was a little bigger than that. Still, $35 a year, and you can plant whatever you want in there as long as it's legal. And it's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. So $35 a year, community garden, real nice. And I continued to walk through the park. They have a bike trail, pump trail, or if you're a biker and you like to do the hills and all that stuff. They got one section there for beginner bikers, and then the more experienced bikers, and a cornhole. They've got cornhole
They do have a cornhole.
section, like some parks have, horseshoes. They
No,
had like
They got cornhole
4 or 5, maybe 6 different cornhole
setups. I don't know what they're called, but yeah.
Yeah, and the slopes, where the cornhole is made.
It's fastened to the ground.
It's metal.
It's plastic. It was a hard plastic.
Plastic?
Yeah,
thought it was
it's black
metal.
plastic.
They look like metal. Then they're very hard and heavy. They look like to me. And then they got the bean bags in little boxes on a fence, and so that keeps them protected from the weather. So I'm guessing they have cornhole tournaments there.
Don't get me to lying.
Anyways, I've
They got a fishing pond.
never seen a public park with a cornhole thing. Hey, Greensboro,
I didn't
they know how to do cornhole festivals. I'm telling you.
quit thumping the table.
Cornhole.
That's why the message comes up on the
Yeah.
phone.
All right, sorry about that.
You got to do this right. Quit
All right.
thumping the table.
Yeah, they got a fishing hole, and
They got a long
playground.
walking path.
long walking path. The playground equipment was
Oh,
awesome.
that playground equipment was
Top of the line.
top of the line. Yes.
Top of the line playground equipment, and it all was in working order. The kids were in there pushing the buttons, and they got the automatic speakers that talk to you and make the music and the noise for the little kids. It was awesome. And the one thing I thought
And it was soft.
yeah, they got the soft cushion.
The floor was cushioned
yeah,
under
cushion-
the playground equipment,
cushioned
so when they
grass.
fall off, it doesn't hurt.
Right. And the thing that I thought was the best was the splay ground. They have a spray ground. So it's like a
It's
play.
a splash pad.
Yeah, it's a spray ground where water comes out of the equipment, so you can run around and play in the water.
Right.
I was tempted to do that, but I thought I'd look funny.
You were almost as short as some of the big kids. You could probably.
I
got
might have
away
been
with
able
it.
to pass this one.
The beard was going to give you away, though.
Yeah, well, that might have.
Yeah. I don't.
You don't think I could have passed as a mature-looking 14-year-old?
I don't think so. No. I mean, they'd have probably let you play anyways.
They may have. There were some parents out there. But
Right. But that was the operative word. They were the parents.
They were.
They had little kids with them.
Well, that's
We'd have
true.
had to borrow a little
Yeah,
kid
we
to
might have
make
had
it
to
look
borrow
good.
a kid to make it look right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
But it
did.
was a cool park.
It was. It was a nice park. So we worked there. We spent the day working there, and then we drove to Burlington because we couldn't find a place to stay in Greensboro that would allow us to stay. So we're on our way north, and we'll be in Gettysburg here in
A couple of days.
yeah, not too long. Saturday we'll be in Mebane at Book Warehouse from 10 to 2. If you're in the neighborhood or you know someone in the area in Mebane, North Carolina, come by the Book Warehouse.
And next
and
Saturday,
say hi.
you'll be at Book Warehouse in Gettysburg.
Yep, the Saturday after that, I'll be at the Book Warehouse in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So if you're in those two locations, stop by, say hi, and we'll have some books. So what else? You got anything else to say?
No, I ain't got nothing
You ain't
else.
got nothing else to say. You've been a mouthful today.
I mean, it was the fly.
The fly.
Yeah. That's my
The
excuse.
fly stole the attention.
I mean, the fly was there. Where'd he go?
He disappeared, I guess. I guess he got what he wanted out of this, you know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Alright, y'all, share the video. If you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button. Help us out.
Yep, and we'll see you next week.